Bonjour. Today is the new year. If you follow the solar calendar rather than, I don't even want to, what do we call it? Is it the Gregorian calendar? I think that's the calendar we follow now, but the true New Year's is today, 22nd of March, but really this day resets the solar cycle. So we are technically at the beginning of the year. So different again to the Chinese New Year. I've been sick, so excuse me if my voice is cracking and my voice is breaking because I've been not well. Anyway, so I decided that I'd do a New Year's Day. Oh my gosh, I'm so out of breath. A New Year's Day reading and see what this collective needs to know. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Cosmic Insights. It's been a while since I've actually done like a full reading. So I'm curious to see what comes out. Okay, so what is the main focus for this collective right now going into the new year? The solar reset. What energy can this collective expect coming into this new energy? Oh, love spell. Okay, so caution, find out more information but don't overwork yourself, followed by love spell, you've been bewitched. I actually just heard as well, this collective, it's like you've given up on a love situation, someone you've been bewitched by for a very long time. And you may have had dreams the last couple of nights, or just this feeling of like, it's just time for me to give up on this because I'm tired of wanting to see some kind of movement from someone, and the reality is there is no movement, so I just have to accept that this is done. This feels very much like a is it really over type reading. Oh, vacation, you will be traveling soon. So this could also be someone that you're at a distance from, but you also, this collective, to tie you to this, you could be planning to go on a trip, or you've already got a trip planned and you will be traveling soon. Or it could be something that you don't even, like, even if right now you're thinking, I want to go on a trip, but I don't see it happening, there could be something that happens quite soon that requires you to travel and you weren't expecting that to happen, or someone's about to travel to you. Honeymoon, another travel card. I've allocated this to be one of my travel cards as well because of the plane, and that's under caution, find out more information, don't overwork yourself. So I think that this person that you're bewitched by, you perhaps have grown tired of trying to read into signs or look for things that will reflect the vision that you've had in your head of this person coming towards you. I think you are in a state now where you're tired of the overthinking, tired of wondering if and when they're going to come back, if you're crazy, all this stuff. That's why they're saying don't overwork yourself trying to find out this information. And as a detail as well, you could be attending someone's wedding soon, or just attended a wedding. Sexuality, someone is still figuring themselves out. I think this is you and the connecting energy. The overall feeling is just you want to have a clear mind. I'm seeing that those TikToks where it's like, if this isn't meant for me, please remove the desire for it from my heart. It's like you want to just feel that it either like actually see some real action, like physically see someone making effort or remove the want of that person from your heart. I think you're figuring yourself out at the moment and trying to clear your mind. I feel a very strong sense of, which makes sense for the new year, wanting a fresh start, wanting to move forward in your life. Okay, so under you will be traveling soon. You've got date night, so get ready to be wined and dined. With move on at the bottom, again, I think this is the energy you're in. You're thinking someone is unavailable, that it's a waste of time, that it really is over. So I think what we're going to do is a is it really over reading. Okay. First though, I'm going to get initials. That way, if none of these initials that come out or signs, none of it aligns with your situation, you can just scroll on. Okay. Initials for this reading, please. D, letter D. V. DV. That could be a sign as well. Maybe you experience DV with this person, or you have some kind of history with DV. I just heard, if you grew up around DV in the home, you're questioning, am I holding on to this person because of trauma from my childhood where I never felt chosen? So is that the only reason I hold on to this person, or is it really that I do love them and want them to be in my life? I think you're questioning, is there trauma that makes you hold on to the idea of this person coming back? Way. Oceans by Hillsong. Meant to Be by BB Rexa. There's a couple of songs in here as well. The letter X, or your ex. This is to do with your ex. The letter R. So far you've got R, D, V, X, I, and Gemini. Just going to do one more. 2019, that could be when you met them. And S. So some of these initials as well could be people connected. Taurus. Connected to your story with this person. Okay. Put these on the sides because I'll add them later. Okay, let's get a bit more information then on this person that you feel bewitched by. What's the story here, please? Crown chakra. Consciousness, higher self, and divine connection. Divorce. I'm hearing two things for that. One, you could have just gotten a divorce when you met this person, or you actually were married to this person and or some degree where it was like a marriage and the breakup felt like as serious as a divorce. Synchronicities. Looking into the signs, angel numbers, names, music. So you've got self-love to confirm crown chakra, and I think what they're saying with that, what I'm hearing, is that they're wanting you to trust in your divine connection. That part of self-love is trusting yourself and trusting what you're seeing and feeling. So that idea of calling yourself crazy or delusional or thinking that you need to wake up to yourself because you're reading into things too much or whatever the case might be, that's not loving yourself. It's, even if it was to be that you're seeing the signs wrong, you still need to give yourself grace and go, well, the reason I'm looking into these signs so much is because I want to feel loved, and this person makes me feel not loved, so I search for signs that may or may not be there. But recognizing why you look for the signs gives you the opportunity to love yourself more by going, okay, I see the signs, whether or not they're true, I need to learn how to love myself more and not be so hard on myself that I so badly want this person. Because it's kind of like anxiety. When you're trying so hard to stuff it down and not feel it, it becomes this bigger monster. But when you acknowledge it, it simmers down. It doesn't have as much power over you. That's self-love. Blast from the past with ancient Egypt. So I think, and it's funny too, because when I was getting initials, past lives by, I think it's Sapien, kept showing up. And my ancient Egypt card is someone that you've shared a past life with. That came out with blast from the past. So this is someone that I think as well, it's been a long time since there's been any contact, but I think there's memories resurfacing for you at the moment when it comes to this person as well, that makes you question if the signs you see are really signs or whether you're just driving yourself crazy holding on to something. But I think they're showing you these signs for a reason. I think it's twofold. One, that they're wanting you to be kinder to yourself when you're seeing these signs and not beat yourself up about it, because it just makes it feel 10 times worse. With these signs are actually there for a reason. You're not crazy. And I think that this person that you had a breakup with, I'll break it down with tarot, but I think that you're mirroring each other. I think you're both feeling this same thing right now. Synchronicities. All right, so that was projection. I think, yeah, so the world is your mirror. When I said I think you two are mirroring each other, I think you are. They're holding a mirror up to you right now, but what you cannot see is that this person is also going through this as well. And I think what's happening here is that you're both clairaudience, so you definitely connect to each other through music. You'd have songs that make you think of each other or really stir up memories from the past with each other. Time and space. Time and space was needed because the way that you two reflected yourselves in the world, or how you saw the world reflected back to you, caused problems in the connection. So you both are mirroring that right now and needing to see that the signs that are being shown to you are reflecting to you where the most growth was needed, to explain why the time and space was put between the two of you. And you're reminded with music. Music would be a big sign for you. Their name would be a big sign for you. And especially if they've got a name that's not particularly common as well. So you know when you see it, it can't not mean anything. So it's like, for example, you're out somewhere and you order a drink and the person before you, that name gets called out for their order before yours. Does that make sense? And it's not a common name. So someone's coffee order gets called out and they've got the same name as the person on your mind. It's like those little things, they're not coincidences. It's true, especially if it's not a common name. Warrior spirit on the bottom. Let me get one more about this connection. Names just flipped over, so that confirms it. Names and songs. Divinely protected. So you've been divinely protected throughout this. I think you both have, even if it hasn't felt that way, you definitely have. But wisdom, the wisdom that you have gained from this, I don't even think that you're fully aware of how much you've grown, because you haven't had a situation where you've been triggered in the way you would have been triggered by this person in the past, to then see that you're either not as triggered by that certain thing anymore, or seeing how you react to that trigger now, because you probably haven't had those same triggers since that person, so you don't recognize how far you've come in your growth. You've got 555, you've gone through a huge transformation, and they're trying to show you that. But I cannot stop thinking about this self-love card and realizing that you need to recognize that part of the self-love is going, actually, I am quite tapped in. I do have good intuition. I'm not crazy. I do need to be kinder to myself and trust myself more. Celebration and Scorpio season. So October 23rd to November 21st could be important for this connection. I want to get a timing card for that, actually, because I want it. Let me just get, because that's what's going on for you right now, but I want to get the universal truth. What actually is this connection? I'll use this deck. Universe, what is this connection, please, for this collective? What is the truth of this connection? Angry. So anger was and memories. Anger was definitely something that was an issue in this connection. Maybe that triggered traumas from a past of DV, if you experienced that. Career driven and nourishment. Okay, so your diet is something that needs to be looked at here, but I think for the both of you, I think at the moment, these are the things that are being highlighted for you. Anger. The anger's coming up because memories are resurfacing for you, but at the same time, you're trying very hard to focus on finances, on your career, figuring out what your purpose is and following that. But as well, I think there's also something to do with, at the moment, you have definitely been focusing on nourishing your mind, body and soul with exercise, what you're putting into your body. Again, with the self-love, how you're mentally and emotionally talking to yourself. You push my buttons on purpose. I'm upset that you have control over me. The memories we made together forever replay in my mind. Our love is immortal. Then love is on the back burner until I'm financially stable, money motivated. And then you feed my mind and nourish my soul. Your energy helps keep me going. There. So this is the universal truth. I think this top row is really what activated in the both of you. This connection is a twin flame connection. They know this is a once in a lifetime type of love. You feel like home, you are the one. So if nothing else, as long as the other stuff lines up with what you're going through, no, you're not crazy. This is a once in a lifetime love. This person feels it too. The universe would be making sure of it, because you've got to remember this part I'm doing now is the universal truth. This is what this connection truly is at its core. It is a twin flame connection. You're not crazy. You're not delusional for having this feeling that you can't get rid of them or that you're hoping they'll come back. actually think as well, because twin flame is to confirm angry, I think the universe is also saying that you and this person, because you're mirroring each other, I feel as though the universe has been showing you both to work on the things that make you angry about why you can't get over this connection. In twin flame connections, because it's such a powerful pull and you cannot get them off your mind as hard as you try. It's not that you never feel happy or can live in the moment, but they're always there on your mind. If you have felt angry about that, they too have felt angry about that. Why can I not just get over them? Why are they always on my mind? I want this desire to be taken from my heart. Please remove this person from my memory, type of thing. There's anger over that. But they've been wanting you to, they've been forcing you both to see that. There's no point being angry over the fact that recognize it, but there's no point being angry because this is your person. This is the love of a lifetime, but you're in separation because there was things that you were both needing to work on that had to be done on your own without the other one around. The anger over this connection still having a hold on you is what both of you, I believe the universe is trying to show you. Let go of the fact that this is your person and that it's pissing you off, that you can't get them out of your mind, and start to deal with the things that affect this connection in the first place, that prevent you two from coming back together, as well as this person and you being angry about certain things that happened between the two of you in the past, like angry at yourself. So I wish I'd handled that better. I wish I hadn't said that thing or those things. You can't take it back now, but you can do the work to change it so that it doesn't happen again. And that's the thing too with memories here. It's like there's memories resurfacing for the both of you where, for instance, you're thinking, God, why did I say that? That was so mean. That was so nasty. I wish I could take it back. I wish I'd handled things better. Those memories are replaying right now. Memories. Weirdos. So that is beautiful, because that means that a lot of the memories that have stayed with you and this person is that you could be your true authentic self around them. You could act like the biggest, goofiest, dorkiest, silly idiot and you felt comfortable to be that way with them. You both reflected that. You make me feel comfortable in my skin. I can be myself with you. You could be a pair of weirdos together and you just clicked. There will be so many things that you're different, ways in which you're different from one another, and so many ways in which you're similar, and you could it worked. And the memories of that, I think, causes anger too, because you both have these memories of being able to just be completely at home and be weird and gross and silly and laugh at like in inappropriate moments and just have fun together, and then the anger of like, what did I do? Why did I mess this up? Then takes over. Then you've got advice, and that's to confirm career driven, which is good. But this is about asking friends for advice on a situation. So I think this person connected to you is actually, they either have one person that is a trusted person that they can go to and say, hey, I'm thinking of reaching out to such and such, as in you. What do I do about it? As well as, if finances are something they're heavily concentrating right now because they feel like they need to be solid in their finances to come towards you, because they want to have something solid to offer you, they're asking for advice, career advice. But that career that they are trying to build, ultimately, the bigger picture is having that stability for the life that you two want to have together. I I've been asking my friends for advice on how to handle this situation with you. Oh, picture perfect. What was that? Choices. And thankful. So picture perfect to confirm nourishment. You are beautiful inside and out. I stare at your pictures all day long. So this person definitely has things saved of you. And even if they don't have things saved of you, if they have some kind of access to your social media or whatever, they look at you fondly and they're thankful for the fact they even met you. So it could even be that in the way you're mirroring is that right now you're feeling anger about how you just want to not care about them anymore, and they're more in that stage of just being so grateful that they even met you. I'm thankful to have you in my life for both the small and large things you do. This person is definitely going over not just your physical beauty, but the beauty and the sparkle that you brought into their life. Again, with the Weirdos card, you two, I'm just picturing someone that's like, even when people would make fun of you, you're like, I don't care, that's their problem. I like being weird. And they admired that in you, and you brought that magic to them. And also because you were secure in yourself and your weirdness, they too felt like they could be that way around you without judgment, because you're not like that. You're not judgmental like that. And they love that about you. Strategizing. So again, that speaks to the career driven with the advice. They're strategizing, not in a calculated, like a bad way, but more like, how am I going to approach? What am I going to say? Will they listen to me? But this says putting together an offer you cannot refuse, planning their next move. So I just want to get those message cards actually to see what it is that they want to say to you. God, I feel so out of breath. Where did I put my puffer? Okay, I'll get these. Oh, should I get the love pop? I'll get the love pop actually. What does this person connected to the collective want to say to them, please? November just flipped over. So November, you got Scorpio season. So that's an important time. Patience. I think that's probably where your anger comes from mostly. There'd be memories that make you angry about this person, but I think a lot of it's to do with the time here. It's been a long time that you've been away from this person, and maybe even a long time since you've had any real contact with them. So you feel like your patience is wearing thin. You might go in and out of just being like, it'll happen when it happens, and then being like, how long is this going to take kind of energy. I just want you to know how much I miss you and how much you mean to me. It's been difficult moving on without you, but I'm waiting for the perfect time to return, and I'm trusting in the process. Again, they're strategizing, they're working on their finances, they're getting advice, they're trying to do this the right way, but you can't see any of that. All you know is that there's been silence for however long, you've been broken up for however long, and other than signs that you feel crazy seeing, you don't see any of this going on in the background. Number 58. And I think as well they recognize that they know that you've been patient with them. Illusions. My obsessive thinking got the best of me. So they're, again, mirroring. They overthink just like you do. That what you're overthinking might vary and not be exactly the same, but you both are overthinkers. I allowed my emotions and others to control and dictate my actions towards our connection. So they let people's opinions interfere with how they treated you. I finally understand I need to trust my intuition. So you're, again, mirroring. You both need to trust your intuition and trust the signs you're seeing. And also, I think they want to tell you this. I think that a big part of them wants to tell you that there's shame around how they treated you and how they let other people's opinions of the connection lead them to then make poor choices about you and the connection. And it could even be a big part of why they've stayed away so long and not reached out, because people around them that they were getting advice from was telling them not to, and instead of listening to themselves they would listen to these other people, and then you've been sitting there thinking that they don't care anymore because you haven't heard from them and it's been a long time, but they were listening to people they shouldn't have been listening to. I think that's a big part of the conversation that they want to have with you. Admit to these things. 43. Odious opinions. They really did let other people's opinions affect this connection. So anytime they went to their family to complain about you, or exaggerate your reactions, or conveniently leave out what made you react that way because it's something they did, and then their family would be like, this person's not right for you, leave them, this, that, whatever, they're not right for you, they would justify how this person treated you, and they know that now. They might have even known that to a certain degree at the time, but they did not want to face that. Now I think, because this is what they want to say to you, I think they actually really do want to open up and admit to you how much they let other people affect, one, how they treated you when you two were together, how they ended things, and then also why they stayed away as long as they did, because of odious opinions that they listened to. I was foolish to believe the opinions of others. I should have trusted my heart more than what others thought about our connection. Please forgive me for doubting our connection. And that's a big part of this. I think they know that they owe you a big fat apology for how things ended and how long they've stayed away and who they listened to, and perhaps even partook in some of the negative talk about you. And I'm definitely feeling shame around this. That was number 15. Union and in sync. I want to commit to you. I want to hold your hand in sickness and in health. I want to walk into the sunset with you and never look back. I need to release certain commitments and fully commit to you. This person wants to marry you, and even if it's not marriage in the traditional sense where you have a wedding and this and that, they want to spend the rest of their life with you and have that adventure together. And I think the commitments are financial, but also familial. So they might have commitments to their family financially that they feel bound by, that they're trying to set themselves free from, especially because you've got a lot of travel cards. So I think this person, if they do need to travel to you, it would require them to move away from family, and that situation is probably what's best for them, but still making that choice, that decision, is a difficult one. And they're working through that right now. Chaser. So they're ready to chase you, but this would have been their attitude for a long time, and it would have been fed into by the opinions of others as well. I don't know what I did to push you away. They do know what they did to push you away. Was it something I did? Yes. Was it something I said? Yes. You told me you loved me and you never felt this way before, then why did you leave me? But they pushed you to it. And this is the attitude they held on to for a long time. And that's to confirm illusions. This was the illusion they were under, that no matter how poorly they treated you and how badly they let people speak about your connection, you were still the bad guy for leaving when they pushed you to leave. So, but they're aware. They've broken free of that illusion now. This is a big part of this, and the opinions of others is a big part of what's kept them away as long as it has. They used these illusions to stay away from you. Telepathic. I feel you through everything. The things I touch, the images I see, and the voices I hear, we are connected throughout this universe, even if we are miles apart. To me, straight away, I feel as though this person, again, they're not stupid. You know they're not stupid. A part of them always knew that the opinions and the illusions that they were living under was just a mask and was a poor me. I always love people and I always get treated badly and not taking responsibility for the fires that they start. And they always felt like they were connected to you and knew that you were not going to come back to you would require a lot of effort, and maybe 555 again, that they needed to go through a transformation. And I think that again, especially if it's been years, that is something that takes years. If someone has always, all their life, been used to chaos and starting fires and running away from it, or always blaming everyone else for their bad behavior, that's not something that's going to switch overnight or even in a few weeks or months. That is something that takes consistent, dedicated effort to repair over at least a few years. And as that time has gone, especially with no contact, but you're seeing the signs, it would drive anyone insane. But they have felt connected to you this whole time. Yeah, see? What's that say? Acquiring knowledge. They've been gaining knowledge since this. The wisdom. Our connection was very intense and confusing, but I'm trying to understand our undeniable bond. You were brought to me to teach me things and to bring awareness to my own existence. Number 18. And that was 56. One more. Future focused, good. Strong sense of self and feeling hopeful. I think they're finally switching over to that side where they would have felt quite like the situation with you was hopeless and that there was no future. They've changed that outlook now. I'm devoted to returning to you. I'm starting to feel hopeful about the future because I see you being a big part of it. And then you've got angel numbers on the bottom, so you're both getting the synchronicities. I am receiving many messages about you through numbers, symbols, and images. The universe is showing me my way back to you and you back to me. Number 8. Let me get this timing card first because I want to see if October or November comes out. When will this person potentially make contact with this collective, please? In a few weeks. And fall. So we're in fall here, aren't we? So fall in Australia is autumn. So we're in autumn now. So it is going to be, well, in a few weeks is soon anyway, but we're in that fall season. So it is going to be in this season. So March, April, May. And it's not too late. Next month, so April. And I was going to say, because it's the 22nd of March today, so in a few weeks, a few being 3, that will bring us to April. So I think that April is the month that this person may make contact. And then 6 months from now, which there it is, April on the bottom, confirmation. So April is a big month. When I see 6 months from now, I'm actually seeing that, so from April till 6 months from now, you'll be, if you so choose, be in a committed relationship with this person. And maybe even pregnant. That's my pregnancy card as well. on my favorite and run away. So you did get vacation, you will be traveling soon. So maybe when they come back in, you two might go on a trip together. You're mine. You're the person I want to call when something good or bad happens. The first thought when I have news to share, you're my person. Run away. Would you pack a bag and meet me in Hawaii? I just want to get away from the world and be alone with you. Hawaii might even be a destination that you two talked about wanting to go to together. And you're mine. I get so pissed knowing other people can have you now. Is it toxic? Yeah, I don't care. I want the world to know you're mine. Oh, hang on, what's this one? Finding myself. It was time I went within to find myself again. I need to figure out what I want out of life. I need space. So that's why they're, but I don't think that you've got much longer to wait for this, because I think that they've been finding themselves for a while now. Yeah, will you listen? There's so many things I want to say to you, but will you hear me all the way out? Will you believe me? Tears. When I think about you, I cry. I see you looking good and moving on. I don't care who you're talking to. I'm better. I will compete for you. Very masculine energy, because it's very much, I know what I want and I'm going to go for it and show you that I have the determination to do that. To be brave and to make a bold move towards you. Okay, so let's see, how is this person going to approach the collective, please? And then I'll get advice. How is this person going to approach the collective? What is their next action, please? King of Cups, that's good. Emotionally intelligent, intuitive, passionate, devoted, faithful, leadership, reliable. Very good energy for their approach. Someone that comes in that is able to be vulnerable and speak their truth, and also the emotional intelligence comes in more so when, yes, you can articulate how you feel and take ownership for the pain you've caused, but then also be able to hear your grievances and your feelings without it activating them. As in, they can hear it and they can take it and acknowledge it and accept it without getting defensive. That's a really positive start. Hierophant. It flipped over, but I didn't take it. Oh, Julian Michaels underneath. So I think there actually is a big element of physical health here for this person. Religious, spiritual, balance, traditions, systems, shared beliefs, guidance, mentorship. I think this person is actually meant for teaching in some way. Doesn't have to be religious, but I think that they're the type of personality that really, the things that they've taken from life, the things that they've learnt on their journey thus far, it's like they're going to be able to lead. The Hierophant can lead, but they lead with more esoteric knowledge and in-depth emotion and spiritual lessons, rather than being like a maths teacher, for instance. It's a very logical. They can emotionally teach people, and I feel like this person heavily has that kind of leadership quality where they set an example for people and show people the way through the mistakes and lessons they've learned in their life. Followed by transformation isn't a future event, it's a present day activity, always transforming, always learning, always growing. this attitude to approach you is so, I honestly can't imagine a better top row, because they're ready to come in and take accountability, be vulnerable with you, and also learn from you. Learn how to treat you better, to make this connection work for the both of you, to be able to get stronger and more aligned for your lives moving forward. They really are coming in ready to do the work. Ready to show up emotionally. Mercury, ready to communicate. And as well, because of they want to talk to you about how much they let the influences affect their opinions of you, of the connection, to stay away from you, this, that, the other. They're seeing through that now. They want to express that to you, but also I think this person has always been smart, but their emotions overruled because of their overthinking mind. But now they're using more, they've been able to figure out how to balance logic with emotions. That's emotional intelligence. And they're ready to communicate. For that to confirm King of Cups, they are ready to be vulnerable and communicate how they feel about you, how they feel about what happened in the past here, and all the things that have happened since you two have been separated, and then also to hear you out and hear out all your feelings and what you've been through. And this also is a card of short trips. So again, them traveling to see you. Well, hang on. External influence. For that to confirm Hierophant, there has definitely been outside parties. I think that there was a big cultural difference between you and this person, and the people that were connected to them, their family, parents, siblings, close friends. Their opinions were very much based on cultural beliefs, societal beliefs, perhaps difference in education, but outside parties had a huge influence over this person's ability to see their potential. So even though you saw their potential, when things weren't good between the two of you, it was easier for them to go to external influences. And I think for that to confirm Hierophant, that to me says that religion and family, culture, and the societal norms around their culture had a big impact on them. But they've never seen things that black and white. They've always seen things differently. They've always been they'd always thought differently to everyone else around them. But it's one thing to know that, and then it's another thing to actually practice it despite what your family and friends think. And I think that's where they're at now. They want to be their own person. They want to pave the way. They want to be a leader. They don't want to follow the crowd. They just did that for a while out of fear of change. The Sun. So they could be ruled by the Sun. Positivity, vitality, quite childlike. They brighten up a room when they enter it. People are drawn to them. Death with the Nine of Swords. So they've been very anxious, and I think they're going to be very anxious to approach you because of what's happened here. And as well, that came out with Death. Because this is how they're going to approach you, I think a big part of them is up late at night stressing over the strategizing of how to approach this and what to say, because they know that they had to go through a big transformation. They may have even had to go through like unexpected changes in their life to really catapult them into this way of thinking, because they weren't changing what needed to be changed. And I think they're quite restless to, it's like they're anxious to come towards you and nervous, but at the same time, they're angsty and eager to make that move because they just want their life to get going now. They don't want to be sitting still anymore. But they want this new beginning. Death is all about rebirth. It's about going through endings and transforming through those endings and then rebirthing into a new beginning. And that is what they're ready for here. Yes, they're nervous about it, but they want it more than ever. As in, I was trying to figure out the way to say it. Before, I think that they would find lots of reasons to stay away from you, and opinions were part of that. But now the desire to have this new beginning with you outweighs the anxiety that keeps them away from you. And then you've got Four of Wands on top. Marriage. Again, this person, I think, does want to marry you. They want partnership. They want stability. And I think they feel that you two can have a very prosperous, abundant life together. It's just about taking that action and building that strong foundation together so that outside opinions and other circumstances can't come in between you two again. Page of Pentacles, new opportunity. I think they're about to take an opportunity in the next few weeks to come towards you. What was I going to get? Okay, let's see. How should you approach this when they come in? How should the collective approach this person when they come in? Talking. That's good. Be open to talking and having a conversation. Mercury, communication. Interested, conversing more. A weighted message arrives. Text, call, email, hovering. I just heard as well, if when it first comes in it shocks you and you're not ready to reply straight away, it's not, if you need to like gather yourself before replying, then do that, even if it's a few days. Yes, I know that it seems mean if they're anxious and you're not responding, but you also need to be able to respond from a balanced place. So if you need to get yourself balanced before replying, then do so. But this is really straight out the gate. They're saying be open to talk to this person. Be open to having that conversation and hearing out what they have to say. I actually have this feeling like when you get this message, you're going to feel, or you're already going to feel quite balanced. You're not going to need time to recover and then reply. I actually feel like you're going to see it and be receptive to it. I just heard as well, they're leaving everything to come to you, which again because like I said before, if they have obligations to their family and they know they have to leave their family to come to you, they're willing to leave all that behind because they know the life they're going to have with you is where they're meant to be. Game face, taking things very seriously, a competition, the look, in it to win it, fake it till you make it. I'm seeing that as you being cautious about what they have to say, and that's okay. And if they are coming in as that King of Cups, that Hierophant, they would be aware that you're going to question them, that you're going to maybe take things at face value, not take things at face value straight off the bat because of the time, the pain, all that sort of stuff. But the universe is saying, take this seriously. This isn't, this person isn't coming in to mess you up or to trick you or deceive you. Hear them out. I just keep hearing, hear them out. Made with love. This person wants to be here for you. They want to support you. They might, I think part of the game phase too is if you feel like they're using sentimentality to like pull on your heartstrings, that might make you feel like you're being tricked. But I think that they're genuine with that. When they're sentimental with you over the connection, it's coming from a genuine place. This even says try new things. I think that the idea of a new beginning is to really decide, like, I would like to try and have a fresh start with this person. Kisses. Unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, fall in love. So far, this is saying to me, take this conversation or these messages seriously. This person does have good intentions. Don't hear them out. Hear them out. I think they are trying to say as well, this person knows that they're expecting you to have your guard up because of what happened here, but they still want to face it. Girl with popcorn, going out, excess, escapism, little regard for consequence, creating a mess, not paying attention. That's potentially what you can... I don't see you messing this up, but I see you feeling as though because you don't trust this straight off the bat, that you might do things to test this person. And again, it's like, I'm hearing two things. It's like, one, this person knows that you're going to have your guard up and that you might test them, and they're ready for that. They're prepared for that. That's where the perseverance, the determination comes in on their part. But to also just be aware to not take that too far and cause a mess instead of just being able to have this new beginning. Because you're not going to like the consequences of it. Seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. I actually see this as them saying, you were right in knowing that there were interferences here, and you are allowed to. Again, this person has to be able to hear what you have to say and how you felt and how they made you feel, just as much as you need to hear them out. So I think that the things that you have been sitting on for such a long time, the things that they did to hurt you and the people that they surrounded themselves with, that needs to be cleared up here. Because if that's not cleared up, you're always going to, you're not ever going to trust them. And to have that solid foundation, you need to trust them. So give them the chance to speak their truth. Allow yourself to speak your truth and take it seriously. Don't try doing stupid, silly things to get even, or try to tempt this person to do things that would hurt you. That's what I'm hearing. It's like you're going to tempt them to do things on purpose to hurt you so that you could then go, see, I knew you hadn't changed. Like that. You need to take it more seriously than that, especially if you're wanting a new start here. And then love on the bottom. That's 3 cards about love here. Unconditional love, again. Self-love, oneness, passion, attention. No, that said affection, but attention. And attraction. All right, I'm going to get a couple of songs to close this out, especially since you've got clairaudience, was it? And songs and signs came out a lot, so let's see what you get. Alright, so we've got Hurt So Good by Astrid S. That came out in 2016. Church by Hosier, that's 2013. The years don't have to mean anything, but I put them on there just in case that's another sign that links you to this. Be Like That by Kane Brown and Swali and Khalid, 2020. Take You Dancing by Jason Derulo, 2024. Photograph by Ed Sheeran, and that's 2014. I'll get one more. Let's Get Married by Jagged Edge. Triple confirmation that this person wants to marry you. All right, well, hopefully that resonated. And it gave you some clarity, some peace of mind. And yeah, I'll be back on again soon, but enjoy the rest of your day.